You know it's going to be a funny episode. Oh, by the way, Hegassen here. 5, 4. Yo, Hegassen here. You know it's going to be a funny episode when that music comes on and it does the titles on a freeze frame of Shinobu and Nami with this face. So you know you're going to be in for a good few laughs in an episode like this. But it's weird though because it starts off as well with Act 2 again. Like we had Act 2 starting last episode and now we get Act 2 kind of starting again, which is strange. And also we're going back to Nami and Shinobu doing like ninja and doing kunoichi work. Even though we saw a lot of that in the last episode, we have to see it again here. And let's be honest, Shinobu is probably the worst teacher that Nami can have because she's loud, she's afraid of blades. That's definitely a story that we need to get into at some point in the future of Wano. But yeah, she's loud, they get caught and everything and they manage to get out of there and they actually do manage to get some information. Nami manages to get some intel, so her first ninja mission is, you know, half a success. I would have liked to have seen it with a little bit more, you know, competency on Nami's part, but hopefully a little bit later on we'll get to see her doing a lot more ninja stuff and actually do it with, you know, a little bit more stealth than what they had last time. Should have had Raizo as her teacher, but you know, good excuse for a shot like this, so not going to complain too much. We then go over to Sanji and we see a lot more of Sanji again. We saw it last episode with him now being a soba chef. We see that a little bit more again this week, but then the second half of this episode we go over to the main thing that this episode is about. Instead of a lot of the stuff that we saw kind of repeat from last week, we then go over to Udon and we see Luffy and we see Kid and we move on with this storyline, and it was great. I love this second half in Udon. It's great to see Luffy and Kid like together again, like becoming like a nice little bromance, a nice little rivalry going on. What I love about these two is even though their morals are different, even though like their kind of core personality is different in like the way they kind of view the world. Kid is very aggressive, Luffy's very much like wanting to help people and stuff. They're kind of the same. They're the same. They both got the same kind of personalities in there. And it's great to see them clash and treat their time in prison as like a competition, as training. They're trying to outdo one another. I absolutely love that. They've got a great little rivalry. Luffy has long needed a rival like this. He had Katakuri, but Katakuri was more of everything Luffy could do, Katakuri could do better. This is like kind of equal rivals with like same personalities but slightly different viewpoints, and I loved it. I love how similar they are. It's a little bit strange when they are so similar that they both end up really, really fat and then they both kind of deflate at the same time and have that same kind of weird body humour with how they eat and stuff. It works for Luffy because obviously Luffy's made of rubber. I don't understand how it works for Kid because he's all about magnetism. Does he magnetise the food out of him or something? Best not think about how on earth it works for Kid, that, but it was very, very funny. We then see them basically kind of owning the prison, you know. They've only been in there like a few days, I think, at this point, but they are already in charge of the prison. They are the strongest people there, even with the sea prison stone cuffs on. Stronger than any of the guards, and like I said, they're just using this as an excuse to get some training done, I think. And we even see how strong they are here by defeating one of the guards in this episode, one of the ugliest characters. It's meant to be ugly on purpose, but the Don, the hippo guy, what an ugly design. Look at this. Imagine that in real life. I mean, his design, it's creative, it's fun, but it's plot convenient because they beat him up inside that hippo's mouth and then they're like, what? Where's your evidence that we beat him up? No one saw. Great little scene. Funny, but weird design. Also, speaking of designs, spot the important character in the crowd here. Yep, Caribou's there. Caribou just casually there, not mentioned or anything. Just casually there in Udon Prison. So yeah, second half of this episode much better than the first half. And because of that, I'm going to give this episode a purple tier. If it wasn't for that Luffy and Kid stuff, I don't think it would have got as high a ranking. I love that, and I can't wait to see more of them two just being buddies, being bros, being like little rivals, training in Udon Prison. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like, and if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!